All right, welcome back, Stars, Clark, and E-Rob.
Yes.
Let's switch over to, let's talk some MVP talk. The recognizable names, of course, Russell Wilson's lighting it up.
The usual characters.
The usual suspects,
Maybe
man.
not all you,
Jackson.
My homeboy is wrapping it up, is lighting it up.
Yep.
But YouTube, let me ask you, after 3 weeks of football, who do you think is leading the league in passing yards right now? It's easy to think about Aaron Rodgers, it's easy to think Mahomes, it's easy to think Russell Wilson. Who would be your choice?
So we're gonna give you a second. Pause for the calls. Type it in.
Let us know who you think. And then we're gonna tell you.
Because I think the answer is gonna surprise a lot of people, because it definitely surprised me when he pulled the list up. Because we definitely know who are the front runners in the MVP race. So I was like, it's a no-brainer who's leading the league in passing, and it's not what I was.
So let's get to the top five. Let's talk about the top five.
Top 5 passes.
So who's number
We're gonna go
5?
from number 5.
Yes, who's number 5?
We're gonna go from number 5 to number 1.
Okay.
Number 5, after 3 weeks, Patrick Mahomes, the Super Bowl MVP, 898 yards. Number 4, Russell Dangerous, 925 yards.
He's balling out of his mind.
He is going.
He's balling out of his mind.
Let Russ cook, baby. Number 3, a guy that I think is really underrated. He just gets the job done. Like I said before, you will never hear me say anything negative about this guy after dealing with 2 different head coaches and 5 different offensive coordinators. This guy just gets it done, man. That shit would kill most quarterbacks. Matt Ryan, 961 yards.
Did
number
you just
3.
give Matt Ryan that introduction right there?
Hey, man.
Hey,
What else
like
you want him to
Steve
do?
Harvey right there. You
What else you
back,
want him to do,
baby.
dog? What else do you want him to do, dog?
I agree.
Number 2, and this one surprises the fuck out of me. Josh Allen, 1,038 yards.
Man, I'm telling you.
Now, who saw that? Who saw that? Because I wrote that dude off when I was like, dog, that is a wasted draft pick.
I did not see that. I did know he had some wheels, but I did not see him being able to do passing wise what he's doing.
And number 1, 1,188 yards, Rain Dakota Prescott. If you got him in fantasy,
Tell the truth.
you know this.
I got it. I got it.
If you got him in fantasy, you probably knew the answer to that question. I sure as hell didn't. The number 1 quarterback in passing yards in 2020 is Rain Dakota Prescott.
And
Dak
tell the
Prescott's
truth,
number 1.
what you typed in, you didn't type in Dak Prescott. You did not think Dak Prescott was leading the league in passing. Tell the truth.
So, gentlemen, after 3 weeks, who's your MVP candidate?
There's another
And then
guy.
I got a follow-up question.
So can we also look up, while I say this, the total touchdowns for these guys too?
I think Russ is the lead, yeah.
So, because I think Russell Wilson is one of them, and I think Aaron Rodgers is one of them, who was not in your top 5 list.
Because he's number 6.
Because he's number 6. Through 3 games, there's a lot more football.
Right.
And I'm just telling you, from what I've seen, man, him and Matt LaFleur have figured things out. I don't know if it was the chip of grabbing another quarterback that set him off, or the fact that he just had a whole off season in a new offense.
Can I answer that?
Sure.
Yeah,
I think it's twofold. Number 1, I think you got to think he had been with Mike McCarthy for 14 years.
Uh-huh.
All right. So you're asking you're asking him to learn a new system with a new play caller in Matt LaFleur last year. I think that absolutely had something to do with it. The fact that he's learning something entirely different. He didn't have Devontae Adams. After Devontae Adams got the turf toe, he didn't have him for most of the year. And then 2, and then number 3, I do think it was the chip he's playing with right now when they went out and they drafted his
something
replacement.
clearly.
So because you told him that we're thinking about the future of this franchise when we took Jordan Love in the first round.
And he pretty much has said not today.
And he's saying, fine, I'll show 31 other teams that I can still win.
Yeah.
And he's auditioning for his next team.
Agreed. Balling.
Go ahead.
So he's still in that. In my opinion, right now, he is playing MVP.
So who do you got after 3 weeks? I mean, we know it's early. Just who's your MVP?
After 3 weeks, you narrow it down to one guy.
Yeah. It's hard because it's 3 weeks.
Russell Wilson.
Okay?
Russell Wilson.
We all agree.
Yeah.
I think it's dangerous after 3 weeks. So let me go somewhere else then. Who would you rather have? We know Josh Allen is sitting number 2 on that list. And we know Lamar Jackson, the Chiefs, he said it himself, the Chiefs are our kryptonite. They came out in the same draft class. If you were starting a franchise today, who would you rather have? Would you rather have Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen to start your franchise with today?
You're asking me,
Yes.
would I rather? You're asking me to choose between Josh Allen
Yes.
and the reigning MVP of the NFL.
Yeah.
No, the reigning MVP is Patrick Mahomes. Oh no, you're right. He is.
Yeah.
Mahomes was
Yeah,
2 years ago.
right.
Yes.
The reigning MVP of the
You're right.
NFL.
Yep.
right.
That's what he's saying.
That's exactly what I'm asking.
That's the question you're asking
Yep.
me. On camera.
Yep.
In front of the world.
My answer's gonna shock you.
Okay.
Right now, in my opinion, it's really neck and neck, man. It's hard for me. I think that most of America would think that I would just jump and just go with the reigning MVP. Of course, it's Lamar Jackson. It's not of course for me.
So who is it?
Well, just real quick, I need to qualify my answer real quick because I just think I wonder about. We know that Lamar Jackson he's a talent that we haven't seen. He's unbelievable, right?
Man, we know all this, man.
No, I know.
Man.
I just wonder because I wonder just going in the future, can he keep doing this? He's so little, and you know what I'm saying. So that's my only question. So Josh Allen's a big, strapping young lad. And he's throwing the ball all over the yard. He's mobile. He got the right mentality. So as neck and neck, I ain't answering. Fuck y'all. I'm not gonna answer. That's neck and neck right now.
Biting my tongue, just trying to be
Go
quiet.
ahead, man. All right.
Who you taking,
I
man?
passed the mic. I said it's neck and neck right now.
No, you can't say
No,
neck
dog.
and neck. You said my answer
All right,
will
I'm
shock
taking Lamar
somebody.
Jackson right now because only because he's the reigning MVP. But I think that in terms of players right now,
All right, dog. You done
All
talked
right,
for 5 minutes. Go ahead, man.
because that's a hard one, man. Josh
you
Allen
taking,
is
man?
balling, man.
I'm taking Josh Allen right now. 2020 Josh Allen. I know it's crazy, man.
Why?
Because I've watched the dude. I watched him. All right, the first two games, I was like, man, you know what?
They played the Dolphins and the Jets.
But then I saw what he did with the Rams, and I told y'all, granted, the Rams probably should have won that football game, but that doesn't really
The
matter.
Dolphins was
man.
on fire in that game.
But that dude was balling, man. And I'm talking about classic delivering the football type stuff you're used to seeing. Obviously, I love Lamar Jackson, and I hate to pick between the two because I do agree with what you said. I was joking about the neck and neck, and I agree. But I still would go with Allen because, man, I think he's, whatever it is, I think he's made more sense out of it faster.
You're going with Allen because what I was talking about, like down the road, just feel like that the way he goes about it, that's going that
You can win a lot of football
you
games.
know that's going to work. I don't know if this dude's going to be able to shake and run and outrun everybody for the next 10 years. I don't know that.
Well, I do know that. I think they are going to still be able to win football games.
And that's what makes him special and unbelievable.
Absolutely.
If he's not doing that, is he special and unbelievable?
Yeah, he
with
definitely
97 damn yard
I'm
passing.
waiting for my turn.
Okay, all right.
I'm waiting for my turn.
But and he can't throw the ball. Let me be clear. Lamar Jackson's a bad.
So I said Josh Allen.
You said Josh Allen? Okay.
What'd you say, G?
Yeah, you break the tie.
Long term. Okay. I think it's Josh Allen. I think today I would pick Josh Allen. The reason I would pick Josh Allen is because Monday night when I watched that game, I saw, particularly in the fourth quarter, all right, so the Ravens offense is built around Jackson's athleticism.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally what it's built around. Letting him be a dynamic athlete. But Monday night, I saw Steve Spagnuolo do to Lamar Jackson what the Bucs did to Michael Vick. Stop rushing up the field and allowing him to get outside. Make him stay in the pocket
Make him throw the
and throw the ball down the field. And when Steve Spagnuolo's defense did that, he could not answer. He had no answer for it whatsoever. And that troubles me
Okay, but
down the road.
in fairness, though, I agree with you 100%. But in fairness, he doesn't have the best wide receivers, right?
Dog, Hollywood Brown is a bad motherfucker. He should have hit Hollywood Brown
Right down
on
the
a
field.
9 route when it should have been an easy touchdown, but he threw the ball flat instead of putting some air on it and letting Hollywood run up. You know, remember the play I'm talking about?
He was like 2 yards in front of him.
That was a touchdown, dog.
Yes.
But Brown throws. I mean, not Brown.
He threw a book.
Jackson throws the ball flat instead of putting the arc on it and letting it drop in Brown's arms. That was an easy touchdown. You got to make that 100 times out of 100. It's what I said about Garoppolo in the Super Bowl. You got to make that pass, dog. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Okay.
Mark Andrews is a bad motherfucker.
So you
don't tell me Mark Andrews is the third best tight end in the league.
Yeah.
Behind Kelsey and Kittle.
So he has some weapons. It's not like he's just out there naked.
Okay, so that answers the question. So you think they have a legitimate number one and legitimate tight end?
And I think Devin Duvernay is an excellent slot guy. Dobbins is a bad motherfucker in the backfield. They
got some weapons.
No, yes, they got weapons.
Okay, so it's not that.
It's not that. It's
He's gonna have a
absolutely-
good year, man. Let's not jump off a fucking cliff.
Well, it's 3
Lamar
games
Jackson's gonna
in.
fall out.
It's 3 games
But
in.
we're asking today, if we start in a franchise, we've all agreed it's
Right.
Josh Allen. It's something we like about that motherfucker a little bit more than the reigning MVP.
I know it's weird to say.
It's weird to say.
That's why I went through that whole diatribe. Dude, that's weird to say.
I agree, but I still go with Allen. From what
Josh
I've seen.
Allen, but Josh Allen caught my eye last year. I was like, damn.
At the end of the season, he did for me too.
Like, man.
Not like this though.
Well, I mean, this is the next step.
But I found patience for him last year. I'll agree with that.
No,
But,
he was balling at the end of last year. Like, you could see, like, he ain't just out there just.
right, but I didn't see that in the beginning. I was totally wrong on him.
No, dude, I thought it was a waste of
Yeah, I was totally wrong on him.
All right, so let me ask you this. Because we right there in that same zip code. After Monday night's defeat of the Baltimore Ravens, who did you learn more about? Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson?
That's a trick question.
No, it's not.
It is. I'll tell you why it's a trick
No, it's
question.
not.
Because when you say learn more, I already knew what Patrick Mahomes was.
Okay.
But in a negative light, I learned more about
There you
the
go.
So then you answer
limitations.
my
Then you answer the question. Go ahead, go finish. Finish
going.
that.
I learned more about the limitations of Lamar Jackson.
There you go.
Not a quick question. You answering it. That's
You're
what I
answering
want.
that question.
Keep
That's what
going.
you learned.
What'd you learn?
I learned that his ability to play quarterback in the National Football
From the
League
pocket.
from the pocket has been extremely exposed.
I mean, Greg said it. That's exactly. They did exactly what the Bucks.
You used to do that
Don't
shit
let him
religiously, dog.
Make him stand back there.
Because if you rush upfield, he gonna take off.
There are alleys and lanes for him to go.
Now you better have that middle linebacker just
You gotta have some players, right?
but
right.
yeah, because if he's not there, it sounds good, but
But you just really want to mush rush and just kind of stand in front of him.
Stay in front of him.
Just don't let
Keep
him
in
take
front
off.
of us, and don't give him the outside. And he gonna crumble. And that's exactly what I saw Monday night. Like, oh shit.
So there may be.
I think he rebounds.
He's
But I still take Josh Allen.
Okay, yes, I agree with you. He rebounds, but here's the problem. He can rebound and go on to have a great season, and they can make the playoffs. You're gonna meet them motherfuckers again.
Yeah,
they gonna be standing in your way to get to the chip, to get to the ship. So you gonna have to show at some point that you can get by the Kansas City Chiefs.
So is there a problem with Lamar Jackson saying that they're kryptonite?
Is there a problem with that? No. The world saw that.
Wait, what?
I agree. Yeah.
That they're
The fact that he said that the Chiefs are their kryptonite. The fact that he
there's
said
only
that
one
out loud.
Superman in the league, and his name's Cam Newton. So I don't even know what Lamar's talking about.
Shit. Sorry.
All right, man.
Sorry,
All right.
sorry, folks, for wasting your
The last
4 seconds with talking about Cam Newton.
We talking about the MVP.
They have been telling me
We talking
for
about
years.
yeah, we talking
Call
about
it like you see it. COVID Cam has been balling.
COVID. All right, one more, because we still in that same zip code.
Okay.
One more, and hopefully we get some good dialogue out of this. Who do you see? This was going. You're going to have to think a little bit because you guys don't know that I was going to throw this one at you.
All right.
So I'll give you a little bit of time. Who do you see as the biggest threat, if any, to the Kansas City Chiefs? What team, not player?
Bill Belichick.
Do you?
Hell yeah.
Really?
Really?
Who else is threatening them?
Nobody.
Bill Belichick.
Nobody. I don't.
Not even him.
In order to beat that team, man, for me, from what I see,
Home field might not even matter this
what
year.
my line eyes tell me, in order to beat that team, you got to be able to pressure 15 with your front four. Because if you got to manufacture a pass rush dog,
Yeah,
Kelsey,
that's a big
Hill,
problem.
even Sammy Watkins is making plays when they throw him the ball. Nicole Hardman,
It's too
they
much.
are fucking
All right,
you
well,
up
I said
down
Bill Belichick, so if he can't figure it out, what makes you think anybody else can, I guess? You're right.
Greg, that's a great question because I'm going through
Yeah, exactly. I told you it was gonna take some thought. Go through the divisions, go
I
through
can't
the
see a
teams.
team that I could just. I mean, it's football, so anything can happen on any
Absolutely.
Sunday.
Absolutely.
But for me to just look and just say a team that I just feel like matches up with them.
Oh no, I think Green Bay.
San Francisco was that team last year, right?
Hold on.
That defense was number 2 in the league,
Yeah, yeah.
but they couldn't shut Mahomes down for 4 quarters. They shut him down for 3. They couldn't shut him down for 4.
Right.
Who's that team, dog?
I hate to say this, I really do, but it's the Buccaneers. They're playing some defense. Say what you want. Say what you want. They got a good
my
defense,
fantasy
and they got Tom Brady. I'm just telling you the answer. If you're asking who's in the NFC that can match up with him right now, what defense? That's the answer I would go with going into Week 4.
I mean,
And I hate to give that answer, obviously,
America, you know I'm a Bucks fan, so you know.
but it
I wanna be
is.
humble, but really I do.
You come out here with Braves. You talking about the Braves earlier.
And
you,
we-
you wear a Georgia shirt every
Okay,
week.
so-
Now you talking about the Bucks.
Braves.
Hey, hold
you
up,
talking about
hold
the
up, hold up.
Lakers. You,
One more.
Ain't nothing changed, America.
you support every fucking body.
One more. Buffalo Bills. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Buffalo Bills.
Really?
Those two defenses.
Beat the shit out of them.
Bro, I don't know about Buffalo.
Beat the shit out.
You know, in that Tampa defense, that's what I've been waiting on for the last forever, since Warren Sapp and them. So I just need to see this defense do it more than I just got to keep seeing. I don't believe.
So you say nobody can stop Kansas City?
Not at this moment. No.
You say no.
I don't think anybody stops a healthy Kansas City team. No.
Okay.
Injuries-
I'm not saying they're gonna go
injuries can stop them,
undefeated
but I
or
don't see
whatever, but
anybody stopping a
they
healthy
just
Kansas
like
City
I don't see anybody without a major injury. Nobody.
Well, for the sake of argument, you asked for who could, and I tried to give you the best answer I could.
No, I like your answer.
Belichick,
yeah.
Bills, Tampa's D.
I like your answer.
I would like to see those 3 matchups. I mean, I thought I was about to see it, but go with Cam.
It wasn't gonna be him. All right. The football talk has been hot and heavy today, but we're gonna transition
Get
over to the
third down,
National
might be.
Basketball Association. We're gonna talk some NBA, baby.
Lake show.
The Lakers are 2 games away from number 17, and me and this guy couldn't be happier. Stay with us. We're gonna talk some basketball coming up. This is Raw as Hell.
Yeah.